Hello, everybody. Welcome to EOS Hot Sauce, episode number 157. I'm your host, Dan Singjoy. I hope that you're having a great day. I hope you're excited for some spicy and perhaps juicy EOS stories on the hot sauce today. Let's jump right into it. The first thing that we'll discuss is Pomelo Season 3 kicking off. Then we'll talk about the cover blue paper, Code 2.0 launching on TrustDVM, the ZEOS Whitepaper release, Upland and EOS gaming updates, the EOSIO Coalition Report, and EOS Community Events. So the first topic that we have today, I hope everybody's enjoying and ready for this topic. First topic that we have is Pomelo Season 3 kicking off. So the Pomelo Season 3 NFT adventure starts right now, or started a few days ago, actually. Applications for Pomelo Season 3 are opening on July 19th, and donations will open up a week later. The adventure with the NFTs is on right now. So just a few days ago, the carbon NFT sales went online, and people can check out, you can check out harvest.pomelo.io to buy some carbon, and you can mix it with some grand collectibles, and grand collectibles are coming out in a few days. So there's some tweets here, and there's some cool imagery as well with rockets flying all around. And I really love the art and the upcoming NFT mechanics, everything that's going on with Pomelo, and of course the public good aspect. So we'll check it out, and I'll give you a quick overview here. So the grand collectibles are going on sale on June 28th. Of course, all of the sales go into the matching pool to help fund public goods. You can learn more about the Season 3 NFT festivities and the Season 3 kickoff on this excellent article that the Pomelo team just released, which provides lots of details about the NFT festivities and how much these cost, and their goal to raise funds to help Pomelo and help public goods, and details about the grand collectible packs. There's also a Pomelo Season 3 schedule. As I mentioned before, the donations open up on July 26th, I believe, and the Pomelo season officially begins on July 19th. So that's when grant creators can create their grants. And then there's also more details here about how grant owners can promote your grants too. So just like last season, there are promotions at the EOS Community Fireside Chat. I've heard there also might be Twitter Spaces coming up soon. So grant promoters can sign up to promote their projects on the EOS Community Fireside Chat. And then there's also Pomelo pitch deck interviews and Twitter Spaces and Tessent meetings on WeChat coming up. So you can check that out at the links in the description to sign up. And you could check out the Pomelo pitch decks on the General EOS channel, where you can find lots of great pitch decks from last season. And I'm looking forward to seeing many more this season. And you can also see the EOS Nation channel for the Chinese Tessent Pomelo pitches, which are also very interesting as well. So this season, you can also set your Pomelo profile picture in several different ways. So also at harvest.pomelo.io, you can visit it, and you can set your avatar to be the Boyd NFT avatar or the Eden NFT avatar. And you can also include NFT mechanics from previous Pomelo and NFT seasons. So you can check out, Boyd came out with a new video where you can learn how the Boyd avatars work more. We also featured in the hot sauce, and you can check out avatar.boyd.com, check out that more. So Stefan actually shared a great video here you could check out to learn more. And we also covered it, as I said, in the hot sauce a couple weeks ago too. So those are really cool. Basically, you can make your Boyd NFTs that you design or that you purchase into your Pomelo profile picture. And in addition to that, you can also use your Pomelo Season 1 and Season 2 NFTs. And then you can also use your Eden profile picture, which currently isn't loading, but that has many pictures that Eden members can take advantage of, which has some nice benefits on the Pomelo interface. So the Pomelo Season 3 adventure starts right now. I'm super excited about it, and I hope that everybody else is as well. You can check out harvestpomelo.io to purchase the grand packs in a few days, and the carbon and so forth. That's on sale now, and I'd highly recommend everybody to check it out. You can also check it out on Atomic Hub. And then also I would check out the EOS Community Fireside Chat too, where there are some very interesting discussions about Pomelo Season 3. We also heard from Lars, who's making some beautiful art, which you can learn about on a recent pitch deck episode. And they also received over $12,000 from last season from the ENF Direct grants. So it's really cool to check it out. and there's some really great art that is coming up there, which unfortunately isn't loading, but it's very cool, and I'm sure you've seen it before. So there's that, and then of course also, if you're interested, then you can check out many exciting details from the Pomelo team from last season to learn much more about how successful season 1 was and season 2 were, and so forth. It was a huge success. We've covered it quite a bit in past episodes, and sorry for the technical issues. We started a couple minutes late because I was having an issue where my tabs weren't loading, and it seemed like it was fixed, but apparently it's not totally fixed. So we'll try to do the best we can here. But anyway, Pomelo season 3 is coming up. Pomelo season 2 is a huge success. You can learn about it from these resources, and I'm looking forward to seeing lots of great public goods and projects in Pomelo season 3, and check out the NFTs as well. So I'll check out the chat right now. I see lots of excitement going on here with Daniel and Patrick from Nova Crypto and Andres and Love Handles and Nova Crypto. Lots of people are talking about Pomelo grants. Of course, you can go to pomelo.io and look at all the amazing grants and amazing public goods projects that are here. Smashing the like, absolutely. It's good to see Martin and Andrew and Patrick. There's lots of comments. I can't read everything while keeping up with everything, but I'm happy to see everybody, Veronica and Maro and everybody. It's great to see you all. I always love to see the enthusiasm from the EOS community, and thanks for being here. We also have, in addition to the Pomelo NFTs, and I believe that will be in the Pomelo NFT, well, there'll be Pomelo NFTs included in the spicy party cracker giveaways that we're doing every week. So to get some party cracker giveaway, or to get some party crackers, to get a chance to win some party crackers, you can go to the most recent tweet from EOS Nation and put in your EOS account name, and that will register you for a chance to win some party cracker NFTs, which might have some future Pomelo season 3 NFTs, as well as some other NFTs from Boyd and many other projects as well. So looking forward to that. Thanks to the Pomelo team and all the great public goods creators. And let's move on to the next topic now. And it looks like we're going to have some issues here because all of the pages are not loading properly. So this will be a fun episode. So the next topic that we have is the EOS Recover Plus Blue Paper. So this is really exciting news. The EOS Recover Blue Plus, the Recover Plus Blue Paper examines how to build an asset recovery framework for hacking incidents around the DPoS government of EOS. So this is a really detailed and helpful blue paper that you can check out an overview and then also an abstract on the eosnetwork.com website, as well as checking out the full blue paper with beautiful blue design as always. There's lots of details here, and you could check out the table of contents. You can check out the introduction and how the Recover Plus will help create a safer ecosystem for EOS DeFi and take advantage of the DPoS ecosystem. Also talking about other governance attempts on EOS and hacking incidents on other chains, and the upcoming, or actually the live Recover Plus portal with additional features coming soon. So there's many exciting features coming here soon with that. And maybe I'll just do this and just go through lots of, maybe it'll load. God, okay, we'll figure it out next time, people. It's not, there are some technical errors, but we'll figure it out. So the main author behind this paper was Francis, who is a developer at Pizza, which is a great DeFi app that has lending and swapping and stablecoin functionality. Really helpful stuff from Francis, and the paper overall is about 30 pages or so, as it looks like, oh gosh, as it looks like the entire window freezes and nothing is working. It seems like. Okay, I'm gonna look at the chat right now and see lots of fun comments as well still, as I'll try to load it up. So yeah, anyway, there was lots of great stuff with with the Recover Plus Blue Paper, and I recommend checking out. There's also some great tweets from Eve and from Zach. They're talking about how hacks are a really big problem. Like just recently, there was $100 million hack going on with Harmony, and I think over $1 billion or $1.5 billion were lost to hacks this year. And EOS has a really unique place in the blockchain ecosystem where EOS is able to use the DPoS infrastructure and the increased trust and all the experience that we have and all the great builders to build really great solutions with the Recover Plus Blue Paper and the EOS Recover portal to make a safer DeFi environment for all. There's also lots of helpful synergies between Yield Plus and Recover Plus. So you can check that out in this clip with Zach Gall. And then also we talked about it quite a bit during this week's EOS Fireside Chat. So there's that. And then this week during the Fireside Chat, we were also talking about the Yield Plus Twitter Spaces event. As I was saying, there's synergies, and it's actually a requirement for Yield Plus projects or projects participating in Yield Plus to also be participating in Recover Plus. So Denis from EOS Nation, and I believe Francis was also on this call talking about Recover Plus and Yield Plus, and it was in Chinese, but soon there'll be more details coming out with English transcript and so forth, so everybody can learn the details there. You can check out eosrecover.com for many more details. This is the portal for the Recover Plus platform that is being built and has lots of great features already. It's got a beautifully designed site that shows how it works and all sorts of details about it. And then you can also learn more details about Recover Plus in many past resources like the Everything EOS Weekly Report from May 9th and the ENF Q1 report from 2022 and so forth. So check out the EOS Plus Blue Paper to learn more about how EOS will become a much safer place for DeFi and become much more helpful for enterprise DeFi and for everyday individuals who want to use the benefits of blockchain, but don't want to have their money exploited or don't want to have their assets exploited. And really great work from the Recover Plus team and the ENF for putting this together. So thank you, and looking forward to seeing more initiatives and developments coming from there. The next topic that we'll discuss today is Code 2.0 using the Trust EVM. They announced that they're working with the Trust EVM, and it sounds really exciting. They're the first carbon neutral Web3 protocol supported by Alibaba Cloud Tech, which is one of the largest companies in the world based in China. And Code 2.0, it's a very exciting project. So they have quite a large following on Twitter with over 25,000 followers. And then you can check out their website, code20.xyz, to learn how they're aiming to achieve carbon neutrality by 2050 with Web3. Lots of exciting details about the background of the project and introduction and how it works with Alibaba Cloud here, and lots of details that are interesting to check out, as well as a roadmap for development. And then there's also lots of great tweets that came out from Eve and many people in the EOS community talking about how it's really helpful to choose EOS because EOS offers such high performance while also being carbon neutral. So for a carbon trading DEX like CO20 2050, then Trust EVM is a perfect choice. So lots of great tweets here. And then you can also learn more about Trust EVM in the recent interviews or the recent Twitter spaces with Esteban and with Matthias Romeo. So we covered that last week. There's lots of exciting details that you can learn. And we also discussed it during the Fireside Chat. So there's a lot of things to learn with Trust EVM, and it's great to see these new projects building on Trust EVM, like Code 2.0. So there's, of course, many other great resources you can learn about Trust EVM as well on the eosnetwork.com website. And I'd love to show you more, but again, we have lots of technical issues. It's kind of a bummer because I had like 35 slides that were really cool to show you, but for whatever reason, I have to get my technical issues sorted out. So I'm kind of winging it here, and we'll definitely work to make a more exciting and fully functional show for you next time. But I hope everybody's having fun while we're at it. I'm having fun with it too. And thanks, Love Handles and Moro and Patrick and everybody. I love to see all the enthusiasm. And next topic that we'll talk about is ZEOS releasing the ZEOS Whitepaper 1.0. So ZEOS is a really exciting project, as Eve shared here. It brings private transactions to EOS, and it also brings much more private functionality to EOS, where people can basically make private assets and make any asset on EOS into a private transaction, as I understand. So there's the ZEOS Whitepaper here that you can read. It's quite detailed. There's about 50 pages, a table of contents talking about the protocol and how you can make private transactions with an EOS account and Z assets and the token and smart organization. So there's lots of exciting details here. You can read a basic abstract here. You can also learn how ZEOS uses the DApp network, which is another amazing technical project on EOS that enables lots of interesting functionalities and enables the ZEOS platform to use private transactions using VRAM and vCPU and oracles. Lots of also beautiful artwork here talking about the protocol and lots of details showing how exactly this works. So it's great to follow the work of Matthias. There was also many great tweets about this. And then there's also many interesting conversations over the past week or so that were going on the ZEOS channel. So Areg, who's the head of engineering at the ENF, was speaking with Matthias, who's the lead developer of ZEOS. And there's lots of interesting discussions there about the power of ZK snarks and how these can be really helpful for scaling EOS with vertically with layer 2 solutions, in addition to private transactions. And then there was also a great exchange between Eve and Matthias about how Matthias largely is able to focus on ZEOS because of great funding platforms like Pomelo, and that Pomelo and other platforms like Eden and the ENF grant framework and so forth are enabling EOS to fund great developers and great developments more than ever. So it's great to see these developments from ZEOS. Maybe I'd love to do another show at some point that's more fully covering it, because there's really so many great developments from ZEOS and CO20 and all these different projects that I'd love to show you at some point that we're kind of skimming over here as we're trying to collect these technical issues. There's also an interview with Sebastian from the EOSBs where you can learn more about ZEOS. He spoke with Matthias, and they're also doing great things with Germany in German EOSBs and lots of interesting projects there. But yeah, basically, it's very exciting with this ZEOS white paper. You can check out the links in the description, and you can learn much more about how this will enable private transactions and a full private ecosystem on EOS. And there's lots of great technical developments to dive into and learn about here, and a great community supporting it. So thank you, Matthias, and everybody on Pomelo, and I'm looking forward to seeing more developments from ZEOS. The next topic that we'll discuss today is gaming updates, including Upland. So Upland came out with many, many updates, which will be a little bit difficult to share with you because there's so many cool things here that I really wanted to show you. So again, it's a little bit difficult, but I'll just give you a high-level overview. So recently, there's an article that showed that Upland has expanded to new cities. I believe there's over 18 cities now, and there's over 2.5 million players playing with NFT virtual real estate. There was recently an interview where you can learn more about the interaction between EOS and Upland that Eve made a great tweet about. They're talking about how Upland is able to mint over 60 NFTs per second on EOS, and that is not really possible on most other blockchains, and it's kind of only scratching the surface of what EOS can do. So it's really exciting. That's a great interview to listen to that I recommend checking out. In addition to that, there was also lots of great developments, or lots of exciting developments, like they opened up the Las Vegas, and in addition to that, they also had the Genesis week again too. Again, I really want to show you the pictures because there's like 50 cool pictures of like really amazing times that people are sharing in Upland, and then also at all of these conferences and so forth. They're also at NFT NYC, and really cool, amazing stuff to check out. So I'll show you another time, but just to give you a quick overview, Upland is doing some really cool stuff, and they're doing with EOS, and it would not be possible to do without EOS and the great performance and ecosystem of EOS. And then, as Eve is saying here too, there is, in addition to Upland, there's many other exciting developments happening with gaming on EOS. So for one thing, there is OCI recently put out a request for smart contract developers on EOS to build a metaverse game. So that sounds very interesting, and I'm looking forward to hearing more details. There's also a member of OCI, Dan Fedge, who joined the recent EOS Fireside Chat to talk about how OCI is working with EOS and how he's excited about it. So that's really interesting to listen to as well. And then in addition to this upcoming metaverse game, there's also a big achievement from Blankos, which is also powered by EOS technology. And it is clear that EOS is the platform of choice for GameFi. So you could check out this article and this tweet from Eves talking about how Blankos has already signed up 1 million players, and they're debuting on the Epic Games Store Marketplace. So that's really exciting, and you can also learn more about Blankos on their website and on their videos. So overall, between Upland and Blankos and the upcoming metaverse games with OCI and all the other great games on EOS that we haven't yet mentioned, there's a lot of really exciting developments with GameFi and also DAGs, decentralized autonomous gaming guilds on EOS. So I'm excited to see all the progress with Upland, and I'm looking forward to seeing more with Upland and Blankos and all these games. The next topic that we'll discuss is the most recent EOSIO Coalition report. So it just came out. The EOSIO Coalition took a break for a few weeks, or not a break rather, but they weren't recording their calls because they're working on branding details, and they just shared the first public call again recently over this week. And so they shared that, and then the ENF also shared the report summing up some of the progress. So one of the things that they discuss is the rebranding of EOSIO, and a new name has been selected and the IP is mostly secured, and they're planning to announce in mid to late July, it looks like, so just a few weeks away. There's also updates about the RFPs that were recently announced, and we covered in a recent hot sauce. So there's the wallet SDK and faster finality, which they talked about more in this meeting as well. That happened just last week. And then there's also details about the scalability plus blue paper, which is being worked on from members of WAX and members of the UX network and EOS Titan, and also by REG from the ENF. So that's really exciting. You could check out some great tweets about it. Eve also shared some great tweets that he was reading over the scalability plus blue paper, and he was really excited about it. So check those out. As ENF says here, EOS and its underlying protocol is a sleeping giant within the wider blockchain ecosystem, and Mandel 3.1 is only the beginning of Web3's evolution of scalability. And as Eve said, this is so freaking awesome. So it's great to see the development coming from the EOSIO Coalition, and I'm looking forward to seeing lots of great developments coming up soon with the RFPs and also the upcoming brand reveal. And lastly, the final topic that we'll discuss today is EOS Community Events. Again, this will be slightly difficult with the technical issues because there's so many different cool events to show you, and it's really cool to show the videos, but I'll just give you, or the visuals rather, but I'll just give you a very high level overview for this time right now. So one of the things you can listen to is the Eden Chief Delegate calls, which happened over the past couple of weeks. They've been doing obviously every week for a long time, but the most recent two ones were released just last week, and I believe the new one will be released this week. So very exciting developments going on from the Eden community, and you can also read more about it, full summaries on the Bywire site over here. In addition, there was also Helios Futurist episode. So I believe we briefly mentioned this, but Brock Pierce and Patrick Lowry recently joined the Helios Twitter live streams, and Helios started the Futurist series to bring insights from cryptocurrency industry thought leaders and influencers to discuss the projected trajectory of cryptocurrency technology. So these are really great interviews you can check out, and you can listen to the recordings as well. And these will also be, I believe, bi-weekly. So you can listen every week and join and perhaps ask questions as well and interact with the guests. So those are really exciting. And then in addition, of course, there's also the Mandel launch meetings. So the Mandel builders, many of the EOS technical leaders have a meeting every week, of course, that we've covered often. So you could check that out in the tweet and the YouTube. This week's release just came out, and lots of great development to see from the Mandel builders. And of course, you could check out their progress on GitHub as well. And then you can also check out the EOS Community Fireside Chat too, of course. So on every Wednesday at 19 UTC, we meet for the EOS Community Fireside Chat in the EOS Discord, and everybody's welcome to attend and ask questions and speak directly with many of the best builders in EOS, like Eva Rose and Zach Gaw and Brendan Lovejoy, and so many other great community members. So we had a great discussion this week, and I'm looking forward to next week very much. And then also in addition, a show that recently started that's very exciting is the EOS support giveaway show from, or the giveaway show from EOS Support, where Charles Bishop is hosting a great recap of EOS events and also providing a great forum and a great place for newcomers to learn about EOS that complements the EOS Fireside Chats very well. In addition, we also have Eden Fractal every week. That's just completed the third week of the Eden Fractal. So it's been really exciting. We've had about 18 or 20 people who have been joining and sharing their contributions to Eden on EOS. You can learn more about it in the ENF weekly report or the Everything EOS weekly report from a couple weeks ago. And yeah, you can also check it out in the Eden Discord and learn more about the Eden Fractal. Everybody can join and earn EOS and NFTs and Eden Respect every week for helping Eden on EOS. And those happen every Wednesday at 13 UTC, and every Sunday at 16 UTC, there are also Eden Town Halls that I've been co-hosting with Felix Reese, and we've been having really excellent discussions about the future of democracy and Eden and so forth. So you can check those out in the Eden Discord as well. Links in the description for all of these. And finally, we have the Helios the Helios Blockchain and Breakfast series, which is a live Twitter Spaces event. It used to be on YouTube, but now I think they're mostly doing it on Twitter Spaces, so it's more interactive. And these are happening every Friday at 17 UTC. So just after these EOS Hot Sauce shows, and I think there's a really nice synergy where we can work together. I'll be joining the Helios Blockchain and Breakfast Twitter Spaces discussion in about a half hour, and I'm really excited to see what we'll talk about and participate in the discussion. I joined last week and it was a very exciting discussion, and the Helios team is doing great work, so I invite and I encourage everybody to come out and join us. I see lots of great discussions going on in the chat. Wow, there's so much here. Thank you everybody for all the enthusiasm and support. I love to see it. I'm sorry if I'll miss your message because it took me a little while to read it all. I'll read it all afterwards, but I very much appreciate it. And I see Love Handles and Nova Crypto and more, and Veronica and Daniel and SDF and all these people, Andrew, sharing like great discussions and so forth. So yeah, thank you very much everybody for joining us on the EOS Hot Sauce today. Once again, my apologies that we had some technical issues here. Normally we like to show a much more smooth show where it is more engaging and visuals working out very well, but I'll work to get that fixed on my side next time. So we'll share a really great episode with you next week. And I enjoyed this week, and I appreciate everybody else's. I appreciate everybody's participations. So thank you everybody so much. Great work to everybody in the EOS ecosystem for all this helpful work for EOS and the world. I am excited for the Twitter Spaces with the Helios in about a half hour. You can check out the links in the description for that and all the other topics that we discussed today in the links in the description. I'm very much looking forward to next week's EOS Hot Sauce, sharing it with you. Until then, everybody remember to keep it spicy. Like, subscribe, and share to help grow EOS. And thank you very much, everybody. Have a great weekend and see you next week. And of course, go EOS. All right, thanks everybody. See you. Have a great day.